Hello, everyone. I'm happy to welcome you here today at our funding masterclass. My name is Maria Tomkovic. I am a secretary of FIDE Social Commission, and it's my pleasure to welcome you at our third seminar. This is our monthly tradition for this year, initiated by our chair, Andre Vogt-Lin. So I'm very happy that you are interested in our topics, and I hope that we will contribute to your knowledge and experience, and we'll do our best to invest to your social projects. I would love to share the floor with Andre, who will greet you all and introduce our speaker today. Please, Andre.
Hello, colleagues all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Even I heard people coming very early in the morning to this masterclass. I'm really happy to see this cycle of masterclasses developing very well. It was after our social chess year 2025, where the idea was born that we would like to give you in masterclasses knowledge for your work, for your development in all these different social projects all over the world. That's why this masterclass is recorded, so you can see it twice. You can go into details to have for you the informations, and we will continue this masterclass also in the Social Chess Day on July 20th this year. And in Samarkand, we are thinking about formats who could also be for you in the future. And that's said, it's a big pleasure to have today Gundula Heinatz from Switzerland with us. She is one of my board members on Swiss Chess, responsible for fundraising and elite sport. She has been or is a very active player in different international tournaments and also in Switzerland, and was a member of the national women's team for 25 years. Now she is leading this topic, the national team in Switzerland, and I'm very happy to have her with us. She has experience of 10 chess Olympiads. She is at the moment the senior individual European champion of over 50 in Europe. So she is not only very strong in business and in project leadership, but also in chess. And why is she today leading this masterclass? Because she has been 7 years managing director of a Swiss-wide network of competency in artificial intelligence, especially organizing conferences and also in fundraising. Before, she was a managing person in a Swiss insurance company, Die Mobiliar, and has a PhD in business computer science from the Technical University of Dresden. And in my team, she is leading this topic. And we have a lot of discussion about this topic because it's not easy, and you know this all over the world, to get funds for a project. It's a big challenge, but I think Gundula is the person who can show us today in around 40-minute masterclass what we can do to get money for our social chess projects. And I'm sure she will be also available if you have additional questions later on. But Gundula, it's our great pleasure to have you with us. And I think the floor is yours to show us how it goes with fundraising. And thank you for sharing your big expert knowledge.
Thank you, Andre, for the introduction. So my topic, as Andre already said, is fundraising best practice. If it is best practice, you have to decide if you listen my presentation, and maybe you can also think about it, what it is in your situation. So I can only speak for Switzerland because there I have the most experience, as Andre said, from business reasons, but also the last 2 years from chess-related fundraising. Fundraising approach and some examples. I think they could be also applicable for you in the social area. And the third topic is lessons learned, also what was working and what was not working. So in general, we had defined, or the board defined, a marketing plan in 2023. And at this time, we were also already in discussions. What does it mean for sponsoring? We called it sponsoring, but for me, I like the wording partnerships or fundraise better because it's important to have partners and not to have somebody who gives you money, because nowadays it's harder to ask somebody, please give me money, and you cannot explain the purpose. And of course, in marketing plan, the board or we decided what is our concept. But also realize that to define it, it's easy, but how you can implement it. And then I came in this situation to realize that digital media is crucial for chess, and maybe we learned it also during the COVID time, and especially because also other people told me chess is the digitized sport and the most digitized sport in the world. So we could play chess during COVID, and nowadays there are so many chess tournaments online, probably more than over the board, and that could we also use for us to promote our to increase the public awareness, and especially to give visibility through different digital channels. What does it mean for us to approach sponsors? Of course, they want visibility, and we learned, especially for in digital platforms. So you know the different social media platforms, but also in live events, and of course in constant branding, show that supporting chess projects. And that means for us that the digital presence drives the sponsorship opportunities, because I had several discussions with especially companies. They want to present online, and that means they want to see their logo on different places in different platforms. So, and they want also to advertise it. They are proud that they support chess projects. And that's why we had the objective to push this initiative, especially on our several. And we first we had a workshop with different scores and also a diverse group. And we thought about it, not only what is the objective, but also what does it mean for us, which context we should provide for our community, but also for our partners or sponsors. And that means we had to think about which stories could be relevant for them, or what they would think, what is important for our sponsors or partners. And of course, we have first to speak with our stakeholders. And in the workshop, of course, we came to the same conclusion that visibility is most important for the sponsors, and we have to increase this visibility for our several chess events, but also for the several projects as you have also in the social area in the Social Commission. And that means that after the workshop, we had an action plan, and then we defined a detailed communication plan. And it looks like that is an Excel, of course, or a Google Sheet. And there we defined what we want to post when, and also what is the topic, which pictures we have to use. And there we know, okay, who is working on the several channels. And that was new for the Chess Federation. We started with LinkedIn, with our LinkedIn profile last year from the Swiss Chess Federation. And we increased it. And of course, that means also that we first have to get or have to approach people that they become followers. But until now, by now we are in a good situation. Some posts had really a high impression and rate. And so we started additionally with our new website. And it will be published soon, I hope, until next month, Andre. And there we had a really refresh, and it is more, it is fresh, but also we have more opportunities, especially for sponsors, that we can easily include them and we can publish it, and they want to become visible also on our website. And of course, most important is that I learned from my conference. I organized a conference several years with more than 600 participants. And there you had, of course, different, a business conference with different large companies. They want to become visible, and you have to approach these companies that they become partners in a special way. And that's why we used also the flyer, the media of flyers for several events. We picked out our main events from the Swiss Chess Federations and from our sponsors. And day by day, we learned what we have to include in the flyers or not. First, of course, we started with our flyer about our federation, and also it's in German, unfortunately, that is our result, or it is our successes, and also some numbers, of course, are important for sponsors because they want to see who is the partner. And then they learned, of course, unfortunately, only 7% of our members are women, so we have to increase it. But also they see our vision and our objectives, and so they could build a trust partnership with us. And after that, we had for several squads for our national, that is an example for our national women's squad. We provide additional flyers. We have it also for different events like the Olympiad or our national individual championship. And so I can use this different kind of flyers for different partners or sponsors whom I want to approach, because I know sometimes, okay, they could be interested in sponsoring women, or they could be interested in sponsoring our national individual championship, or they want to sponsor our or support financial support from our youth squad. So we have now we have to do something in advance. It is really important. You cannot start without this profiles, without this material, because you have to or you have to build a trusted relation to the potential partner. And if they see, okay, you did your homework, you have these flyers, you know what you want to get, and what you want to get, we defined several packages, partner packages for several events, and also for several communities, so that we know, okay, if we approach larger international company, we have other ideas. Maybe they take over a whole league, or they take over a whole tournament, or some of them are only support partly the national team championship or a squad member. And I learned that you had already several seminars on funding, and I also watched one of them. And there I saw that a colleague from Spain, they had a nice structure. From the theory, it is about public funding, it is private funding, or community funding. And so I used this wording from your last seminar from last year to clustering also the funding opportunities in our way. Of course, we have regional funding. I put here some of them. It was just last month. It was a youth international tournament, which we organized from the federation, but it was organized in a small canton. And this chess club, but also a chess, also an insurance company from this canton, they supported this tournament. And we have the situation, probably you know it, Switzerland is small, and we have several cantons, and often the cantons or the cities are supporting such sport or social initiatives. And also we have this sport funds, the Swiss laws, and also from the Canton Glarus, and they supported this tournament as well. It is important to have such regional funding. I come later, additionally to the Swiss Youth Chess Foundation, which is a strong partner of us. And but we have, as I said, the nice opportunity that we can apply for different regional fundings. And of course, these cities or the cantons, they want to see open chess activity, that they are accessible to the public, so that you have to organize special events, maybe something, watching movies, as we had once in a national individual championship. We watch the video about, or the movie about Carlsen, or some simuls and some other training session. They are public for all people who are interested in this region. And that is a small piece of success, because we are really good connected to our regional politics, and we could ask them quite easily, and the ways are not as long. Switzerland is not as huge as Germany or other countries. And then, of course, some examples from private funding. Of course, we approach several companies. I didn't present you the list of the companies because it's not so important. I only want to show it what we do. As I said before, the digital presence is more important. And this sponsor from our last national individual championship, it is Rockstar Recruiting, is a company in Zurich. And for them, it was most important to have this digital presence. It was not so important to have a booth on our national championship. It is more to be visible on different platforms and to be mentioned that they became sponsor. And as I said before, so of course, from my side, or from the federation side, we thanks for the sponsoring. And as you said, it was in another canton, in Graubünden or Grischen. And there we had also several national, regional supporters or partners, and additionally Rockstar. And they were also publishing that they support us. And especially, and that is really, it is great, they also mentioned why they are supporting us, because precision strategy and brain power. And that's the reason why they are supporting us. And they can combine it with their all business objectives, because I believe that you have to find the best reason why they, or purpose why they want to support you and why not, or you have to figure out how to approach them. And of course, I did know this company before, and I did know how I should approach them that they will give money for us. And that's why they finally gave us some money for the National Individual Championship. And and I'm really proud that they used also our logo, so Federation logo with them, because then they show, okay, it is a relation. And we had the same situation, you find it on LinkedIn, with another company for the Olympiad in 2022 in Chennai, where also our sponsor, we found a company, and the sponsor mentioned in their post they are proud to supporting the national team. And that was not in the social area, but in general, you have to find the key points which are important for the sponsors. And as I said before, most of our current companies want to be mentioned in different digital platforms, and of course, it's important to bring your ideas with their ideas together.
Comes back soon. Maria, perhaps we can introduce a question. I don't hear you.
We have no questions for so far. So if anyone has something to ask for them to Gundula from what they heard, we'll be happy to answer.
I can also give an answer because I'm the president of the Swiss Chess Federation, responsible for her topic of funding. So please, if you have a question, ask for this question.
Maybe while we're waiting for Gundula to return, Andre, you can share your feedback on how was the funding question managed from your side in the federation. What challenges maybe because you face? Because of course we understand that we need to approach the sponsor and to describe what they will have from this funding, but maybe the most important to understand the challenges and how we can cope with them, just to learn from the experience.
Yes, this is a very good question because fundraising is a job who needs a lot of time, and our board, but also the people in Swiss Chess, they are often voluntary, benevolent working people. And I was in contact with Gundula early on for this topic. And we realized that the people in our office were overwhelmed with finding time to be present with the partners. So we decided to have someone responsible, but also working on it in form of a contract, so that we had an activity who is ongoing and very professional, but also very near to the partners. And I think for the Swiss Chess Federation, we found a way to have someone responsible for it, but also someone working for the fundraising. But I can tell you it's not easy to really find, as Gundula, and I welcome her back, said before,
Yeah,
that
you're right.
you have to find to join the ideas of the sponsor and the chess federation. And I think this topic is very important. It has to be a win-win situation. And I heard Gundula very well that the visibility is key. And we worked on this. And I hope that Gundula is back again, but I see that she's frozen.
No.
Otherwise, I might continue. That in fact, if you approach a sponsor, we often have the problem in Switzerland that, for example, big companies say to us, we have already ice hockey or football, and we would like to focus on one partner. So to find a company who is a partner for a number of years, it's very challenging. And I think we are still on working on this. But I hope, Gundula, you hear me. Do you hear me back?
Yes.
Yes. And I think this is a big challenge to find a big sponsor who is not engaged in other sports and who sees the benefits matching to his strategic idea. Gundula.
Yes, I think
Yes.
you can continue with your presentation.
Sorry, my connection was cut somehow. I'm in Austria, not in Switzerland. Okay. So, okay, I think it was at this time, I spoke about the companies, and now I continue with private funding and the foundations. I'm not sure if you heard me for the Swiss Youth Chess Foundation or not. Did you see it already?
Yes, yes, perfect.
Okay. As I said, we started with the foundation in 74, and as you said, as you see here, they support us in different ways for the youth chess camp, for our talent development program, but also schools for organizing tournaments, and all of them they can apply for funding. And of course, they get the funding because we are a good situation that we have a lot of private donators during the year that we can give the money. The foundation has only the objective to evaluate if the project is good for the purpose of helps our children in general in the society, and then we can give them the money. Another foundation is the Swiss Aid Foundation. It's more about elite sport, and it started already in 1970, and that is the largest national foundation for support elite sports. And in 2026, so nowadays, they support 5 juniors of our elite squad. They get funding from them, and additional, not additional more, they get financial support, but others also get, for instance, the opportunity to use our railway for free for a whole year. And that's also a good opportunity because we are really strong in using trains, and you can easily come from one point to another. And another kind of funding is crowdfunding. We started this year with this project, and especially we have since several years also our youth chess camp, and our largest regional retailer. They have since several years the project Support My Camp, and all associations, all clubs can apply. and we applied for this project, Support My Camp. And there, just today, I heard all places are now the camp is full. We have 60 people or 60 children in the camp, and they get the opportunity to have not only training sessions but also have social activities as a larger group. And it is a success story also for our federation, because we have it since more than 10 years, but also for the children, and they have fun, and of course they play the national team championship, national individual championship as well. And another opportunity is the second crowdfunding that is from a national bank. It's called Raiffeisen. It's also the largest mutual or cooperative bank in Switzerland. And there you can also apply for funding. And if you ask for financial support and private people or companies give you money, then Raiffeisen will add a certain percentage to your money you ask for. And as you see, we had defined, so we want only 800 Swiss francs, and we have already 1,700. And you see here, it's a little bit small, that we get additional money from Raiffeisen. And this is the other crowdfunding initiative. It is from Migros. It's our largest retailer. And of course, you have to show who you are. You have to have these flyers, as I mentioned before, and you have to have nice pictures. And I think you have to do in advance your homework to have the proper pictures. You have the proper missions or messages which you want to provide, and you have to be clear what you want to achieve. And as you see, especially foundations and crowdfunding is most successful, especially for youth projects or projects in general, because we have a lot of mutual companies, not only retailers. As Andre mentioned, I was working for 18 years in an insurance company, and this insurance company is also a mutual company. It's a national mutual company, but they give money back to the society each year. They have special funds. They support research, they support projects, art projects, but they also support sport. Unfortunately, not chess. As Andre mentioned before, they support other kind of sports. Of course, we are occasional-wise, so the people, and then we get a little bit funding, but not as much as I want. And then another crowdfunding project or platform, maybe you know it. I think it's also international. It's I Believe in You. And there we have also several individual chess players or several schools, or they apply for their funding. And as you see, some girl from the French-speaking part of Switzerland, they want to become the national champion in chess. And she asked for money, and then different private people also funded, maybe probably relatives and friends, but maybe also some other people. And we see that these initiatives are working for us. So there we are really successful. And I come already to the conclusion, because I think it's important to have enough time for discussion. Our experience is that, of course, you can think big. Of course, we want to have a national sponsor for all of our national teams. Until now, we haven't it. And of course, we want to have additional money for our several pet projects or tournament projects. but we have to start now, small, and that is important. And especially you have to first do your homework. The partners or sponsors want to have a crystal clear vision and funding purpose. They want to understand why you ask for financial support. What is the reason? And what do I get for? It is always a win-win situation. And then it is important to use your network from other activities. So in my case, it was from my business experience or in the industry and in organizing other events. And so you have already contact to companies, to larger or to association or to organization. In Switzerland, we have also, I didn't mention it before, we have also a platform where you can search for all different kind of foundations. And then you can also define, I want to support chess projects and which kind of chess projects. And then this platform figure out which purpose fits to you. And that is then good that we can take this short list to approach these foundations. And so the involvement, it's, as I said before, it's really important. And what is difficult, what I learned as well. So, of course, in the past, I was mostly involved in business topics, as Andre mentioned, and the topic of artificial intelligence, and more than 10 years. At this time, 10 years ago, it was new. So nobody understood the opportunities or the advantages of artificial intelligence. Nowadays, it's different. But in business, I had some good partners and they see the opportunities in artificial intelligence. And now, so there are so many opportunities with AI. And of course, then it's also such a wave that it comes down and it's similar to chess. Nobody is waiting for you. As Andre mentioned before, so our large companies already support different sponsors or different kind of sports and different projects. And you want to figure out which partner fits best to you. And content and good marketing material should be ready, as I said before, and you should be visible. And that was our first step, which we had to do to create good material. We are still in the process to design it and also to establish the channels. And additionally, stay digital present. Also, if you say, oh, I have nothing to publish, I think there's always a success story or a good topic which could be relevant for a partner from their side. Maybe you don't know it yet, but on LinkedIn, I'm in a good situation that I have a large network and different opportunities to approach international people. And of course, it is hard work. It's not, okay, I have a list of 10 companies and when I approach them, I'm happy if one of them accept or confirm the support. So it is not easy, I would say. But it's like in chess. You have to be stable, you have to fight, and you have to believe on the purpose and the objective which you want to achieve. And our achievement is now that we have already several fundings, but of course we want to increase it as well for different projects. And as I said in the beginning, it is easy for women or for youth chess and for social chess as well. It is harder for elite sports because all of them are thinking, okay, you have Swiss Olympic, our National Olympic Association, you get money from them, but it's not true, or it is partly true. And so I am It's harder to discuss with company about a lead spot than on social chess. And that is your big opportunity because you can give something to the society. And as I said before, in Switzerland, we have a lot of mutual companies. And we are in a good situation that we can ask them also for their purpose. You want to give something for the society, we have an idea. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Gundula. It was really enriching experience, and I do agree that the main idea is to shape the benefit for the sponsor. So describing the main value of your project, and then it will be, I think, a little bit easier to reach the hearts and the minds and have a successful negotiation. Thank you very much. We have questions in chat. So how do you address the narrative that chess is not a spectator sport when one does not have funding for broadcasting or streaming of events due to the cost of digital boards and broadcasting equipment? Well, participants are trying to use of proper photographers to capture the moments as a cheaper alternative and try create spectators via social media. As you said, they try to stay visible. They use digital platforms, but again, we heard a lot that chess is not very spectacular format, right, for sponsors. So how do you, well, challenge this with your sponsors, for example?
Yeah, indeed, it's we have not so many spectators, but for them, often it's important to show their brands. And for some of them, we also provide booths if they want to come. And of course, we invite our sponsors to our tournaments. And I'm just, so Andre didn't know it yet, but I just have an idea, or I'm already organizing an event together with another association. And there I want to invite also our sponsors. That is somehow a sponsor meeting, and they can meet each other, they can speak each other, so or partners, and so they become involved. Often they are interested in chess. Maybe they play chess online on the mobile, but for them, then it's important that their brand, the name, is visible. Also on the tournament. We have also several tournaments which are not broadcasted. But if we can show on a wall, okay, this company is supporting us, that is for some of them enough. And then, of course, they want to come with their partners because often we have close relation to this, our contact person, that this manager, this contact person want to invite other people from the company to bring them to chess. So that we have a larger community on the sponsor level or partner level. That not only one person has to fight for this money, but they can show, look, there are 200 children who are fighting for the national champion, and all they are concentrated, they are passionate, and that is our future. It's all about the purpose and the values of the society. I approach them, chess is important for us as a society. And then it's not so, because some of our companies, as I said before, they want only to be visible with the branding. That's enough. And they want to show we believe in chess, that chess is important for our society and for the children, and also for the other people.
Okay, and are there resources for templates for funding request proposals? And what is your view on using AI in this preparation of these documents?
AI is good. I also used it. No, of course, it is easier nowadays to design also a nice document with AI and or to have the best phrases. And of course, I think, especially because of my experience, it is a combination of human and AI. You cannot trust 100% an AI, but you as a human can use it and can think, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I take it. And so it is a combination similar to chess. You can trust the engine, but you can think, okay, is this a human move or do I understand the suggestion or not? I would say, yeah, please use AI for your material.
So anyway, you can just search it somewhere. Yes, Andre, you want to add something?
If I may, I would
Sure.
like to share something with you. Is it funding? Is it something who decides on the emotional level in the sense that you have a super story? Let's say Switzerland wants the women team to win the European team championship. This is a wonderful story, and the supporters, they decide, do we want to be part of this super story?
Yeah.
And that's why I think there is a rational side preparing all the documents, but is it also something really emotional that a company or a fund says, this is such an interesting story, we want to be part of this, of course.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yes, you have to have an objective and you have to have high aim. Think big, start small.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
especially if you think, okay, what is the objective of your national team? And then you cannot say, okay, we want to take part of this European champion. There's nothing. Okay, want to take part. It's nothing. You have to achieve something. And
Hmm.
so we did it now. Just now, I'm in the Mitropa Cup here, and also there are 10 countries, and of course we want to become the top three. It's not easy, but we want to achieve it. And if I come with this, and of course it's emotional. We are humans. But you have to have the facts and the figures, as I said in German.
Hmm.
So facts, figures, and you have to prepare. And of course, first you approach your partner on the emotional side, maybe on a combination or where are our core points where you have the same ideas, and then of course you have to come with your yeah your proposal, like finally. Yeah. And but if you understand on the emotional level your partner, then it's so easy. Okay, I sign it. Yeah, and it's not important if it is 5,000 or 10,000 Swiss francs.
Hmm. Hmm.
I have another question. I mean, emotions are very important, but you can reach emotions when you can enter the first dialogue, right? And what do you think? Was it, oh, taking your experience, of course, working in different fields and different events,
Mhm.
does it influence whether should a person create a non-profit or profit social enterprise to start this sponsor searching campaign? How it influences the funding roadmap? Because sometimes we see that big partners, they are not very trustworthy to, some individuals or small projects with a non-profit organization or something similar. And it's very
Mhm.
challenging to reach out to some big companies with the potential for funding, unless you become something very official and recognizable. So if we take, for
Yeah.
example, a small social project based by individuals who are very passionate, very emotional, they can share the story and it's really
Mhm.
great and can contribute to the society and the community, but well, they are not, very good looking in enterprise sense. So what
Yeah.
shall they do?
Yeah, so my experience is also there to start not with PwC or Accenture, so the large companies. I think you can first approach your regional funding. So that could be maybe the first step. If you are successful in your region, in your municipality or in your canton, or how it's called in your country, And you have there already the connection. And then it is step by step. If you know the politicians, if you know the business people around your city where you are living, and then maybe you get a recommendation. Oh, I cannot support you, but I know this person. Please approach him. And then it just becomes easier and easier. And of course, it's not maybe the first or the second company, a small, also SME, also small or medium enterprise, which you are approaching. But often, I have my experience is I have the feeling they recommend me. Oh, sorry, I cannot support you, but please ask. And it's also in Raiffeisen company, this regional bank. I addressed a person who was in management, and he told me, no, I cannot. I asked marketing, I cannot support you, but go to this crowdfunding platform. And then we went to this crowdfunding platform, and we reached already, or we overreached or achieved our objective. So it is start also in this case, start small. Start with business people, politicians in your municipality. And of course, you have to address, okay, I can bring you in our municipality 100 children or 20 children, and we make a camp together, or we want to go to the prisons as Andre's experiences. And that's all about relations. You have a it's important to have a trusted relation. And then also as an NGO. And of course, also in my case, I have more than 30 years experience in business, and I have a lot of relation or connections to several people. And of course, I ask them again. But also some companies, they declined because they told me, okay, chess is not in our portfolio. But still, then they told me, Platt, I have an idea. Please ask this person. And then it's step by step, and it is, as I said, a long way. It's never ending.
It's a long way, and like in selling, you have to be fit on the nose. If you get the no, you shouldn't stop. You should just go
Yeah.
on, and then I think there is a number of no's you have to be accepting before things are starting to roll. And that's often the problem, that people then stop and are frustrated or so. But what I learned is also the crowdfunding aspect with this picture of our youth camp. I'm really sure that if someone out of completely not in chess sees this, could be motivated to see, that's a good thing. And then you give money, 100 francs or 200 francs, and it's like a process. I think fundraising is a process. It's not a goal. Yeah.
Yes, agree totally. So the basic ideas is not to give up when you not achieve the goal from the first time, but also be clear with the goals you want to achieve and with the address you want to send to the sponsor. And yes, maybe we need to think locally first and then shift our perspective to the global partners during the growth of the project, sharing the success. I think the failures as well, because it's always important to show the whole picture, right? Not
Yes, sure.
showing the living organism of the project as well as the sponsorship. So thank you very much, Gundula. It was really insightful for me, and I'm sure that for all our participants. I think that they need to analyze all the information to have more questions, and we remind you that Gundula is very welcome to answer questions if you have them afterwards. Sometimes, the ideas comes days or two after the event when you're thinking over the project and the ideas which you already tried. So if you have something to ask after the event, please feel free to reach us to email or social media. We're always here to connect and to advise and to support and share your project as well, because we are here also to promote your funding, so we can share your ideas and we can support the boost of digital presence. As Andre mentioned, we will share the recording with all the participants, and it will also be published at Social Commission YouTube channel. So please follow our social media, our website for the new upcoming events. We have a lot of things to share with you. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.